Why hello there fellow Pokemon trainers. My name is River, and I hope to join you all for this Nuzlocke of Pokemon Red. As we watch these sprites go across the screen and show us the Charmander that most of us had our childhood around. In this Nuzlocke, I have a couple ideas that I think will make it a little bit more interesting than some other ones you may have seen. First, there's a lot of Pokemon that are often not used, and people try to go for the most strong Pokemon, so I think we might try some of the Pokemon that are a little bit stranger, a little bit weaker. One of the reasons I chose Pokemon Red is because everyone talks about Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Blue, but Pokemon Red always seems to be left out. So, I thought it would be fun if we went through and did some of the Pokemon and some of the games that people generally leave out as far as the generations go. Without further ado, let us begin. My god, Professor Oak, what sort of drugs have you been taking? You look atrocious, my friend. Your name is Professor Oak. Is that like the last name? There's not even like a good reason for why someone's last name would be Oak. They call you the Pokemon Professor, just the prof. Nobody calls someone a prof. And you know, we're going to introduce you to the word of Pokemon, so the first thing we're going to show you is a Nidorino, because that makes sense. You study Pokemon as a profession. Does that just mean you, like, harass children? Like, what does that even mean at the end of the day? That you're doing these sort of things? Okay, so I have a random name generator that I've put together, and I want to see what it's going to be here real quick. So I did a random name generator, and our new name for our wonderful trainer is going to be Roger. Roger Red, as it may be. So your name is Roger, yes it is. That's your grandson. He's been your rival since you were a baby, and somehow you're a Pokemon professor, but you can't remember his name? Like, that's a little strange. Like, that's not something that should be happening. And his name... Ooh, this is... Okay. Okay. I've never heard of this name before. Let's go for it. His name is... This is a name I would have certainly never come up with, and it just barely fits. Zenovi? We're gonna call him Zenovi. Sure, why the hell not? Probably completely made fun of because nobody can say his name properly, which honestly would suck. Roger! Your own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. Roger, Roger. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon. Well, not a world of dreams when they're getting eaten by Pokemon. That kinda sucks. Cool, so... Roger is playing with the SNES. Okay, is that like an okay, like, we don't know what you're doing and we're just gonna put up with you? Like, I don't know. It's time to go! Yeah, that's what parents always say when you're on the video games. It's quite frustrating. This plant looks remarkably big for this room. Like, Jesus, it's taller than him. That's kind of concerning. Let's see if we can find anything in the PC. Yo, it's a fucking potion! Let's grab this shit! We're gonna need it on this, particular way through the wilds Pokemon. Let's see, is our mom gonna say anything to us? All boys leave home someday. It said so on TV. If it's on TV, it must be true. Professor Oak is looking for you. Okay. So, does he just, like, talk to everyone that's, like, just moves into towns? Like, that's kind of strange. I'm raising Pokemon too. When they get strong, they can protect me. What do you mean they can't protect you already? What do you have, like a fucking Magikarp Splash? Like, that doesn't even make any goddamn sense. Technology is incredible. You can now store and recall items in Pokemon as data via the PC. So is this like a recent development? Like, did people have to carry all the Pokeballs before this? As a part of this Nuzlocke as well, I'm going to be going through a variety of Pokemon theories and things that I think are interesting and are things that we should talk about. Zenobi, yo, Roger! He isn't around, clearly. Can I steal one of these Pokeballs? They contain Pokemon. Congratulations. Is he... I have to go through the grass, don't I? That's probably where it is. Is he just waiting for, like, this child to wait to go into the dangerous grass? What if I'd been attacked? Wild Pokemon live in the tall grass. So, is it only the tall grass? Like, is there short grass that's fine, but the moment it reaches a certain height, all of a sudden just monstrous Pokemon hide in it? Like, this is not made clear. I mean, fair, me too. This isn't that much exposition, to be fair. And one of the things that we're going to be doing in this Nuzlocke, as I said, we're going to be doing things like Pokemon that are not used very much. So in this one, while a lot of Nuzlockes decide to, you know, base off of your trainer number, I'd like to give some love to our good old friends, you know, good old Bulbasaur. Not Charmander. No, I don't want Charmander, which most people would never say. Squirtle, after birth, its back swells and hardens into a shell. What? It just grows bone out of its back? That's kind of amazing, kind of terrifying. The seed Pokemon. A strange seed sprouts and grows with this Pokemon. So, it's this strange symbiotic relationship. Can the seed ever overtake the Pokemon? Because that would be really interesting if it could. Yes, we're gonna take the Bulbasaur. We have some plans for you. Yes. Let's see. Number generator says this Pokemon's name. It's not giving me a gender, so we're just going to... maybe I don't know if there was genders back here. Fair. But I have decided this Bulbasaur's name is Fred. Fred the Bulbasaur will carry us, hopefully, on many a mission. Well, you have a Charmander, which technically is actually weaker than mine at this stage of the game. Look it up on the stats, it's actually quite remarkable. They had to buff Charizard because it was kind of shitty. I believe it was like 29? Okay, Zenobi, let's see what you got. That Charmander sprite looks fucking terrifying, and I have no idea what the fucking mine looks like. I'm gonna do one growl, just so it does a little bit less damage after this. I don't think more than one is going to be beneficial, but yeah, that just took it down to 3. That should save us 1 or 2 attacks. Fuck. So, there's a huge problem with critical hits in this game. And I may have fucked us. I may have fucked us. Well, good thing I grabbed that potion. I didn't think I'd be using it in the first fight. So there's what I was talking about with crits is getting crits in this game is not based on just some like arbitrary percentage. Like it's about 6.5% in normal games. In this game, it's based on your speed. So really fast Pokemon can have up to a 27% chance of critting. I'll make my Pokemon fight to toughen it up. That's what everybody does. You sound like you're some kind of hotshot, but that's what everybody does. There's nothing special about you fighting with your Pokemon. Raise your young Pokemon by making it fight. See, Oak just told us to do what he was just threatening to do. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Can I go rob their house and grab the town map? Because sometimes you can do that. I know that. So I was talking about the crit rate. Some Pokemon get really high crits, and some moves like Slash increase your crit rate by 8, which means that it makes the crit rate kind of devastating. And this is probably a good time to explain what a Nuzlocke is for some new viewers who may be unfamiliar with what that term means, or what a Nuzlocke is in general. There are a couple main rules in a Nuzlocke. My god, that Pidgey sprite looks terrible. To be fair, it looks more like a pigeon than the other sprites do. The Gust is a normal type move, will be fine except for a crit because it's super fast. Nuzlocke, you have 3 rules. You have to name every Pokemon. You have to catch the first Pokemon, or you can catch the first Pokemon each round. We'll be using the Species Clause, which means that we will not catch the same Pokemon if we've already caught that Pokemon before, unless it is necessary. I will hopefully not have that be an issue, but there is a small chance if this ends up going very poorly that we will indeed need help. So the third rule is the most important one, and that is if your Pokemon faints, it's dead for the entire game. You have to release it. So not only is that an added stage of difficulty, we're adding on to that further that we're going to be using some of the worst Pokemon possible. And so that we'll make this more interesting, because a lot of Nuzlockes, unfortunately, you have people living for a very long time. And while I don't want to wipe before the first gym, and I don't think that's going to happen, by using less strong Pokemon, it makes things more unsure, which makes things more interesting. As you're seeing, like, the crit rate is absurd. We've seen 3 crits in, like, 10 minutes of this game. This is absurd. It's not even been 10 minutes of gameplay. Bulbasaur, your defense is abysmal, my friend. Bulbasaur is actually, for as slow as you would... We've got Leech Seed already? We're using that! When you get Bulbasaur all the way to its final evolution, Venusaur, you're actually able to get to the max crit rate, which is 99.6% in this game. For some reason it's not higher, it's a really arbitrary odd number. Don't kill me, please. Okay, it's doing next to no damage, so Leech Seed should work really well for us. For some reason, Gust is a normal type move in this gen. They changed that in Gen 2. It only heals 1? That's garbage. I didn't realize how weak Bulbasaur was. We're going to be training here for a while. But, have some luck. Have some luck, have some faith. We are going to make this Bulbasaur into something useful. There are plans. There are plans that if it can live long enough, we will have a lot of fun with this Bulbasaur. Another thing as far as the crit rate goes that I haven't explained is that crits for some reason do not increase based on your stat increases. So if you were to use Amnesia and boost your special stat, in this game there's no special attack or special defense, it's just milled into a special attack, probably to save space. If you increase your special stat and then you crit, like let's say you use Amnesia and then you crit, you will actually be doing about the same damage, but you'll be doing less damage. Because a crit in this game isn't a straight 2 times, it's double your level. So that will always be less than 2 times, which is a really strange thing they add in this game, but, you know, this is full of oddities. This game they can break these games fairly easily. I mean, the current speedrun record for Pokemon Red, I believe, is 1 hour and 40 minutes, which is really, really impressive, and I believe that uses like the Masigno glitch and other things to make the game considerably faster and get things like Master Balls fairly early. One day we'll make it through this grass without getting killed by a bunch of fucking Pidgeys. The Leech Seed lands. I'm hoping this one has a little bit more health so that this Leech Seed will actually... See, another critical hit. You have to be planning almost every single time for it to crit. And unfortunately, these Pokemon don't have enough health for Leech Seed to really make a huge difference with. Leech Seed will probably be a move that we keep for quite a while, because it has a lot of really good things, especially when paired with moves like Rest, in which we can be asleep and still gaining health back. Because we want to keep this Bulbasaur lasting as long as possible. Though, there's one tidbit that I learned the other day about this game that most people probably wouldn't believe. Would you believe that the worst starter in all of Generation 1 is actually Squirtle? Most people would think it would be Charizard. I mean, it has an okay special stat, but it gets screwed over in multiple parts of the gyms. But the problem is, Bulbasaur just has no good moves. For the entire game, it has very little access to things like Sword Stance. There's another crit. Like we need a crit counter or something. Level 8. Marvelous. It'd be nice if it told you what your increases were, but you can already tell from our stats that overall it's not doing too bad. Our defense is nothing great, our speed is pretty but our special stat is really good. The special stat for Bulbasaur is actually way better than either of the other starters, which you would think that more people would choose it, but most people just saw it, hey look, it's a turtle, hey look, it's a dragon, I want to get this. Which, I mean, you can't blame them too much, but... like, oh yeah, this lovely seed that grows quickly, that sounds like a great Pokemon to have. But especially for this first part where it's all based on whether you have strong defense, I can understand why some people are staying away. The ledges. When we get to, I believe it's Cerulean City, I'm going to point something out from when Twitch Plays Pokemon happens. There was an infamous place called The Ledge, in which 70,000 people tried to cross a ledge that required you to go 10 paces to the right without clicking down once. It took them an entire day. I was part of that party watching this continual nonsense happen. As you can imagine. So, I haven't met any other trainers. It's not even making it clear. Okay, and then I'm assuming that's the link cable. What's up with this dude? Yeah. Just some strange guy in a top hat just chilling because why the hell not, I guess. Wait, did I just read that correctly? No, I thought private was spelled wrong. That would have been way more interesting. He hasn't had his coffee yet. I'll have to go grab one of these people coffee, right? Oh god, where the fuck's the coffee? Simple names are the easiest to remember, but they're not the most fun, like Zenovi. I mean, who could ever forget that? It's such a remarkable name. What do you have here? Trying to memorize all your notes. What do you got? Just let me pick this up real quick. Let me go steal your book. People who raise a Pokemon are called Pokemon trainers. Sure, why not? Second page. Yeah. We know these things. Oh God. No! That's why you always click B instead of A, because B makes the text go, no! Can I buy Pokeballs? Hey, you came from Pallet Town. Yes, Professor Oak. This order came in. Got Oak's parcel. I think this is where... You're not letting me buy things? That's an asshole move. Oceans are sold out. They're 20 HP! How are they sold out? This is not like a new thing. They've had oceans for a while. The two types of caterpillar Pokemon? Sure. Sure, okay. I'm not sure if... I feel like Weedle isn't necessarily a caterpillar Pokemon, but I don't know what I would call it, so I'm a little bit confused on the matter. But we'll figure that out. Let's go turn this into Professor Oak. Oh, Roger, how's my old Pokemon? Your old Pokemon, you just gave it to me. I must be talented. I've been in like 5 battles. What? Zenobi's back? Does he just like come chill all the time? Request to YouTube. So, I've been wondering about the Pokédex. Does it just, like, automatically have information, or is it just something that just kind of randomly figures things out as you go along? I mean, it seems kind of be like a compilation of both, but it's not terribly clear, and it's also not terribly clear why he's giving this to children when I think that's his job as a Pokemon professor. I don't know. He's not exactly the best at this, so I'm not even sure. It's a great undertaking in Pokemon history, I'm sure. I'll borrow a top mat from my sis. I'll tell her not to lend you one. Does she have multiple of these things? Because that's not something you generally have multiple of. It's just like, is she like a map collector? Like, there's lots of things that are not terribly clear. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for the end of this episode. And some of you may have seen me co-host on Sarasi's channel, so if you want to take a look over there as well, she's got some pretty cool Nuzlocke videos. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, and or subscribe if you feel up to it, and I would appreciate it. Keep catching Pokemon, my Poke friends.